So welcome to part 2 of our trip from Canberra to Perth. Today we're planning to drive from Adelaide to a country town called Ceduna in South Australia. Ceduna is about 775 k's and is the eastern end of the Nullarbor Plain. Okay, so today we are doing the Adelaide to Ceduna leg, which is about 770 kilometres, and we're going to stay at Ceduna overnight. It's a nice day again on a very bumpy road. About 150 k's north of Adelaide, we stopped off at a town called Snowtown, famous for the art on the towers, as you can see in the film, but also probably more famous for a series of gruesome murders that occurred in the early 1990s, where a number of men were found murdered, sliced up and stuffed into water barrels. Probably the thing the town doesn't want to be remembered for. The old windmill's up on the hill there, generating some solar power. Wind power, I mean, not solar power. Sometimes it's nice just to relax when you're not driving, take in the scenery, watch the road and secretly film your girlfriend when she doesn't know you're filming her driving the car. Well, we're looking at the Flinders Ranges over there, just going past Port Pirie now, on our way to Port Augusta and then on to Ceduna. I've just stopped off for a bite of lunch in a place called Kimber. Just been breathalyzed actually on the side of the road in the middle of nowhere, which was quite interesting. Been driving for hours in the middle of nowhere and suddenly go around a corner and the police are there pulling everybody over and doing RBT. So there you go. Anyway, we're in Kimber. It's the Kimber Hotel. But we found a little cafe over the road which we're going to have lunch in. So this is where we're grabbing lunch at Eileen's Cafe in Kimber. Ash has got the Caesar salad and I've got the focaccia down here and a coffee to keep us going. Looks good, eh? At Kimber in South Australia, at the halfway across Australia stop, and we're looking at the big galah. Here's the big galah. Happy days. So after another 8-hour driving day, we finally made our destination for the evening in Ceduna at the Ceduna Tourist Park, where we'd rented a cabin to stay the night before we hit the road again the next day. So a bit of an update, we've just driven to Ceduna from Adelaide. It's about a 770 kilometre drive. We're staying in a cabin this evening at Ceduna, just overnight before we hit the Nullarbor tomorrow, and going to show you what our cabin's like at the Big 4 tourist park in Ceduna. Okay, so this is where we're going to stay for the evening. It's just a little basic cabin. I think it was $130 or something for the night. So it's got a little TV, got a sofa, little kitchenette area there with air conditioning, so that's good. We're just going to cook a little bit of food this evening. It's got a cozy little bedroom and a cozy little bathroom, so it's pretty good there. It's got a nice shower. It's just one night, perfectly adequate. So we're come down to watch the sunset at Ceduna, which is not far away, I don't think. Today's our 5th day of travel, and we're going to travel from Ceduna in South Australia to the Mundrabilla Roadhouse in West Australia, where we're going to stay overnight before making the rest of the trip across the Nullarbor Plain. Morning everybody. Today we are on day 5 of our trip. We're currently in Ceduna in South Australia. And today we are heading onto the Nullarbor Plain, and we're going to do about 550 k's today, and we're going to be staying at one of the roadhouses on the Nullarbor. So we've got an easier drive today. Plan today is to go and have a look around Ceduna, see what's here. Then we're going to do some stops off on the Nullarbor and hopefully get to our accommodation tonight in one piece. So currently in downtown Ceduna, down near the ocean side. It's very quiet here, there's hardly any people around. But we're just having a look around this morning before we drive on, see what's happening. It's a nice day, we've had a little bit of rain this morning, but apart from that it's not too bad a day. We're just down on the waterfront at Ceduna, and just having a look around before we head off on our trip across the Nullarbor today. This is Ceduna Jetty, as you can see. So Ceduna is on the eastern side of the Nullarbor Plain, I guess. It's in western South Australia. And this would be the start of the Great Australian Bight. So according to the road sign in the middle of town, we've got 1,924 kilometres still to roll. There you go. So here we are, we're at the Windmill Museum in Penong, as you can see behind me. We're going to go and have a look at all of the different windmills, see which one's our favourite. Pretty cool, eh? So many old windmills here. Just love it. I think that's my favourite up there, that big one. Southern Cross. So after a 30-minute stop at the Penong Windmill Museum, we started our journey onto the Nullarbor Plain, stopping briefly at a beautiful place called Senyk Lookout 1. So here we are at Senyk Lookout 1. We took the opportunity here to get the drone out as there weren't too many other people around. This gave us a chance to get a snapshot of ourselves and also of the dramatic coastline when you're standing right on the edge of Australia on the southern coast of the Great Australian Bight. So now we hit the road again, and next item on the agenda was to get lunch at the famous Nullarbor Roadhouse. Okay, we're at the Nullarbor Roadhouse. It is very windy, as you can probably hear on the microphone. It's a famous stop on the Nullarbor Plain, right at the eastern end of the Nullarbor. And there's a lot of people here, obviously, because it's not only a motel stop, but it's also a pit stop where you can get food and drink. So you can see there's a lot of people here. They've got some basic motel accommodation here as well as the roadhouse, and obviously you can get fuel here as well. So it's a good place where people stop at the eastern end of the Nullarbor. We're going to stop here and get some lunch, and then we'll be back on the road again. So we're just here in the Nullarbor Roadhouse. We're just going to get a little bit of lunch. We've ordered a couple of burgers, and hopefully they're going to be pretty good, and then we'll eat those and get back in the car. So we're following one of the many road trains that you get across the Nullarbor. We're just waiting for a good spot to get past this one now.
Please obey all traffic regulations.
Yeah, we're not too far from the West Australian border now, and the road's pretty close to the ocean here. So you're looking out on the Great Australian Bight, coming up to the West Australian end on the western end of the Bight. Okay, we're coming up to the border with West Australia now. There is a quarantine station here that we're going to have to pull into. So we haven't got anything prohibited. So we will see what happens when we get to the checkpoint. Okay, so we're currently at the Border Village Roadhouse. This is literally on the border between South Australia and West Australia. You can see, looking west, that's the border over there where the inspection station is, and it's quite bright because obviously the sun's setting in the west over there. But yeah, that is the border there. And there is an inspection station there that we're going to have to stop at to have our car inspected. Make sure we've got no fruit. You're not allowed to take certain things into West Australia. There's also a fuel station here, but we don't need fuel at the moment, so we're good. What else can I show you? Yeah, big car park and the big kangaroo over there as well. So this is Border Village. Okay, we're just crossing the West Australian border here. We have been driving, let me just see, 2,489 kilometres to get to the West Australian border. And so after about 5 hours of driving, we finally made it into West Australia from our previous stop at Ceduna. We were now more than halfway across the Nullarbor Plain, and we were staying at the Mundrabilla Roadhouse. Like all roadhouses, they're fairly basic, but they're fairly comfortable if you're only staying 1 or 2 nights. Bit of sunset over the West Australian horizon there at Mundrabilla. So this is the end of our second part of our video. Hopefully, if you haven't watched part 1, you can go and watch that as well. There will be a part 3 as we finish our trip to Perth around the southern coast of West Australia. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and hit like and share with your friends.